Yeah, I'm not gonna put that on. Brushes, and it's officially the holiday season, which means it's also the season of those big off-brand sketchy makeup sets. You know the ones I'm talking about, those big box sets full of basically an entire makeup collection for under $20. I went to Walmart this morning on the hunt for the tackiest makeup set I could find, and I came home with this. Oh, you can't even. Can you even? You can't even. I can't even. If you're new here, hi, I'm Miranda. Welcome to my channel where we talk all things budget, beauty, fashion, and lifestyle. If that sounds interesting to you, then become the newest member of the Slashed Squad by hitting subscribe and the bell icon. So I'm gonna try to create a full face of holiday glam using this 53-piece, $17 makeup set. Wish me luck. Y'all, this set is from a brand called Beauty Runway. Who is she? I don't know, but I think it's a Walmart exclusive brand. On the back it does say distributed by Walmart, so I think this is just kind of an in-house thing that they manufactured and put together. And we have just about everything we need for a full face inside this kit. So let's open it up and dive in. I'm scared. All right. Oh, we even have a sponge? That's exciting. I'm gonna go wet the sponge, but this is what it looks like before. Well, the sponge didn't grow at all whatsoever, and it feels like a pencil eraser. Diving in, this does come with a face primer. A pretty decently sized one at that. All right, well, rip skin. Oh, interesting. I was expecting something like very silicone-y, but it looks very much like a lotion texture. Ooh, she's big. Feels heavy. Feels heavy. All right, so obviously this set doesn't come with a foundation, but we do get this little sponge. Now, as I showed you previously, it did not grow at all when held under water, and it really is just an unfortunate texture. But we're gonna try it anyway, and I'm just using my L'Oreal Fresh Wear foundation for this. Let's try it out. Okay. Oh wow, this is just soaking up all of my foundation. Oh no. Yeah, this sponge is way too porous. Going in with my Believe Beauty sponge. Now this is already a magic foundation. I love it and I love the finish. So I feel like the primer didn't really do much in terms of immediate appearance of my foundation, because in general, this foundation just makes my skin look smooth anyway. All right, next product in this holiday makeup set is a color correcting concealer plus blush palette. Usually don't see palettes that contain concealer and blush. It's kind of a weird combination. So as far as color correcting goes, we have green to cancel out redness, peach, which I believe cancels out dark spots, and then we have two typical kind of skin tone shade concealers. This one actually might work okay for me under the eyes, but otherwise I guess you can mix them to get kind of a middle shade as well. So I'm gonna see if using the sponge again maybe works better with the concealer, since it is kind of a thicker cream consistency. Oh wow, that is really stiff. I'm like gouging the pan trying to pick up product onto the sponge. Let's see what happens. I mean, this sponge just sucks. I don't know what the heck you're supposed to do with this. Let's try with my fingers. Okay, so as far as this concealer goes, it feels pretty much how I expected it to feel. It is thick, it is sticky, and it is dry. It accentuates lines that I did not know were on my face. We do get a little brow gel compact in this set. We have two brow shades. One's kind of a lighter taupe and then a dark brown. I'm gonna go into the dark brown shade and just start brushing that through with an angled brush. It almost has like a red tint to it. It's actually kind of a weird undertone. Do you see that? It's kind of red. That's bizarre. All right, so it's not terrible. I'm gonna wait to see how it sets. It's just kind of a weird color. So we do get a little tube of eye primer in this kit. Okay, it looks kind of similar to the face primer. Like it's literally the same consistency. Yeah, it feels exactly the same. All right, let's get into the meat of this look and see what we can really do with the eyeshadow palette that's included in this set. We have 16 shades, somewhat neutral, but we have the pops of purple in there. This is definitely a color scheme or a color story that I would gravitate to anyway. So let's see what we can do. So we have 3 eyeshadow brushes, and did you just see that? What the heck? 2 eyeshadow brushes. All right, right, so there went our flat shader brush, which was kind of the only one that I felt like would be useful. All right, then we get a sponge applicator, like the kind that comes with cheap makeup, but it's on a fancy brush handle. And then lastly, we have this square eyeshadow brush. I don't think we're gonna get much use out of it. And plus it really does feel like art brushes, not makeup brushes, just that really plasticky synthetic feel. So I'm just gonna go ahead and use my own brushes. I'm gonna start out with this matte cream shade and use that all over the lid as my base shade. It's actually a really good neutral base shade for me. It's got a little bit of a yellowy undertone, which matches my skin. Next, I'm gonna pick up this dusty mauve color. I really like this shade. Honestly, not bad. Didn't realize this was a shimmer shade, but we're gonna roll with it. I usually don't use shimmers in my transition. There's something about cheap eyeshadow that always looks really frosty. Good news though is that it's not just a spray over, which is something that you do find in a lot of cheaper makeup. It looks like the shimmer goes through all the way. So now I'm gonna dip into this deep brown and see how that works for our outer corner. All right, is it the best shadow I've ever used? No. But like it's laying down a decent amount of color and it seems to be blending out really easily, so can't really hate on it. Now, when I say I'm impressed, I would go as far to say that this is on par with some of maybe the lower end drugstore makeup from normal brands. Since we're going for a holiday look, I am gonna dip into this gold shadow for the lid. Texture of this gold isn't my favorite. Again, we are getting that sort of frosty vibe. So I think to help kind of marry everything together, I'm gonna go into this kind of browny bronze to help blend the outer corner and gold together. I will give props where props are due though. I'm getting like no fallout on the face. Is this my favorite look I've created? Not by a long shot, but I don't think it looks a mess. So this palette doesn't really have a clear highlight shade, so I think we're gonna come back to the inner corner and brow bone for when we use the face highlight that's included in this kit. We have 3 itty bitty pencil liners that come with this set, and it's kind of cool that they included different shades. Let me just go ahead and swatch these on the back of my hand and see what the potential is. Actually, pretty soft pencil and pretty pigmented. At least the black. Let's see what the blue and rust look like. Blue's a little waxy. Black is definitely the best, but this rust shade is really interesting. So let's go ahead and use the black, and I'm gonna tightline my upper waterline. Wow, surprisingly easy to glide on the waterline. So I'm just gonna go ahead and apply it to the upper lash line. And in this kit, we got this weird double-ended brush situation where there is a sponge smudger on one side and an angled brush on the other. So that's what I'm gonna use to kind of smoke this out. And then use the sponge side to sort of blend, and also bringing it onto the lower lash line just with what's on the sponge. I think this pencil eyeliner is my favorite thing we've tried so far. It's actually really nice. I just don't like when shadow looks super frosty. That could have also been my bad because the transition shade that I used was shimmery, but we didn't really have any other options. I'm starting to see my face makeup settle into my fine lines, which is not something that typically happens with this foundation when I'm wearing it alone without primer. I'm seeing it up here with the frown line and then a little bit in my laugh lines as well. So let's move on. So this mascara comes with this interesting bendy brush, which I actually think is kind of cool. So you can just figure out which angle is easiest for you to do your mascara. Ow, my bad, y'all. My bad. Ooh, I like the bendy action for the lower lashes. It makes it really easy to get right up against the lash line. It's a very wet mascara formula and definitely not adding a ton of drama, but it is giving me a little bit of fullness and separation. It's kind of more of a natural everyday lash look. Not my favorite, and it's also definitely giving my lashes a little bit of droop. Like it is not holding that curl, it's kind of weighing them down. I like the idea of this, but the actual mascara formula, not my fave. All right, we have this bizarre duo highlighters pencil. So one is like an obvious highlight shade, at least for my skin tone. This one looks like a contour shade, but like there's also shimmer in it. On what skin tone would this be a highlight? Like, even if you have dark skin, I feel like that would look bizarre. Ooh, that looks pretty. And that's really easy to get in there with the pencil. And I'll go ahead and put this under the brow as well. In our handy dandy concealer and blush palette, we do have this sort of matte brown as far as contour. Yeah, that's enough for me to add a little bit of definition. Okay, this was not bad at all. Smooth, not patchy, blendable. Definitely not a strong contour, but I have a feeling the demographic that this gift is meant to be for probably isn't gonna want to be wearing a strong contour anyway, or their parents aren't gonna want them to be wearing a strong contour. Moving on to blush, I'm just gonna go into this matte sort of plum shade. That's pretty, okay. Dig in the powders. If the powders were their own palette, that would be a win, but because this is mixed with these awful concealers, it's just so unfortunate. But the blush is actually really nice. We have another mystery tube here. This is face highlighter. And again, it looks just like the face and eyelid primer, but I'm assuming we've got shimmer in this. Interesting. I swear this is just the primer with like glitter in it. No, we do actually get sort of a glowy vibe, but the texture is thick and tacky again. But let's just kind of dab it on with our fingers and see what happens. Oh yeah, that feels like applying primer over foundation and powder. I like the glow though. I mean, it's definitely not glittery. You do get a nice strobe, but this consistency is ugh. To finish off this look with the lip color, we do have a couple options. So they have a lip gloss solid palette with 6 options. We've got 2 traditional bullet style lipsticks, although they're both sort of bright shades, not necessarily winter or fall shades I would consider. And then we have another like mystery product where I can't see what the product looks like unless I open it. It says lip gloss tin. Oh, it's just like a clear lip gloss, but it looks tan. Yeah, I'm not gonna put that on. I'm gonna go with the lip gloss palette. Ooh, whoa, that is so much wetter than I thought it was gonna be. Ooh, it's a lot brighter than it looks in the pan. Yeah, this brush is useless. I hate that. It's like not doing anything. It's kind of got a Vaseline-y feel. I'm gonna dip my finger into the darkest shade and just kind of pat that over and see what we can do. So I'm happy to report that the lip gloss is not sticky. It does feel balmy. There is very much like a petroleum jelly type consistency. You can feel it on your lips. It's not weightless in the least bit. Here is our discount holiday makeup look complete. Here's the thing, so many mainstream brands, both in and out of the drugstore, have put together awesome value sets this year with products that you know and trust to perform. So with this set being $17 and the products being very hit or miss, I would say you're way better off buying like the Wet n Wild holiday sets, the Maybelline holiday sets, even Profusion holiday sets. Have you seen any drugstore makeup value sets that actually look worth it? Please let me know in the comments below so I can check them out. Today's shout out goes to my lovely world. Thanks for being a member of the Slashed Squad. And join me over in this video next where I do a full face of the highest rated drugstore makeup, a complete 180 from these products. I'll see you over there. Bye.